the last 3 months, because of COVID-19, schools have been shut. I hope that these materials that we present today will be beneficial to students in their final year of secondary or high school.
We are all welcome to today's biology class, and today we are going to be looking at the topic reproductive behavior. And under the topic reproductive behavior, we are going to be looking at some things. That is what we are going to be learning under the main topic reproductive behavior. The things that we are going to learn today are as follows: meaning of courtship behavior, importance of courtship behaviors in reproduction, forms or types of courtship behavior in animals, pairing as a type of courtship behavior in animals. Then we are going to cite examples of pairing. So these are the things that we are going to be learning today. Reproductive behavior. Under it, we are starting with the main word, which is reproduction. Reproduction, simply put, means the process that leads to the giving birth of offspring of the same kind to their parents generationally. This is what reproduction simply means. But before the reproduction or the giving birth of the young ones or new species of same kind by their parents, there are some things that happen. And these things that happen refer to the behavior or behaviors. In life generally, for everything to happen, there must be some things that come first, and some things that happen within, and some things that happen after. That is pre, within, and post. So these are the things we are going to be considering. Behavior here simply means all the actions, all the manners, every other thing, like signs, attributes that animals show prior to giving birth to their kind or new offspring. That is what is referred to as behavior. And this behavior or behaviors are what? Achieved by the help of the external or internal stimuli or stimuli. That is what happens within or inside this living organism in relation to what is existing in the environment they live. There are some things when they see or notice in their environment, then makes their internal body environment to react in proportion or in direction with what they have seen in their environment. So all these things that happen that lead to giving birth are the things that we are referring to as the behavior. Now, we are going to define courtship behaviors in animals. Courtship behavior in animals consists of instinctive behavior. That is natural behavior. That is what instinctive means here. Natural attributes, characters, signs, or manners that happen or take place in an organism in response to certain external stimuli in animals. It is a pattern of behavior that precedes mating and reproduction in animals. When these things happen, then it is a clear sign, or it is going to be obvious that mating is going to what? Take place, or sex that has to do with reproduction or giving birth is going to be achieved. So this is what this courtship behavior in animals is telling us. And again, courtship behavior usually is what? Carried out in a sequence and alternately performed by male and female organisms. When we say it is happening or takes place in a sequence, it is a step-by-step approach. Everything that is done is in order, and it is achieved or carried out by two different organisms in terms of sex. That is a male and a female organism coming together and mating, then giving birth in subsequent time. The next thing we are to look at is the importance of courtship behavior in reproduction. How important is courtship behavior in reproduction? One of the importance or usefulness or advantages of courtship behavior in reproduction is courtship behavior normally aids reproduction in animals in the following ways. 1. Courtship behavior brings the male and female animals together. Without the courtship, there won't be what? Coming together of the opposite sex or genders. For instance, in man's case, a man goes to a lady and proposes to her, and when she agrees, they come together. Then courtship now starts. Without the man going to the lady, for instance, there won't be this period of courtship. That is the agreement to stay together. You don't just go and see somebody, or when you are passing by on the highways, you sight somebody, either a man or a woman, and you approach him and what? Met with that person. In this kind of a situation or scenario, it is always referred to as a rape. But in a situation where they come together, having agreed, then mating is possible. And it won't sometimes be termed as rape. Secondly, courtship prepares the male and female for possible mating. After coming together, mating will now set in. You will now what? Become free to yourselves, such that what? Mating will be achieved. Courtship again stimulates egg laying and sperm release in partners. When courtship is carrying on or going on in both genders, eggs are laid when the female organism attains the age of egg laying or reproduction. The same thing with the male gender. Sperm is what? Released at the end of the day. So courtship brings about laying of egg. That is to say, these sexes or genders have attained maturity reproductively. Courtship, on the other hand, again, brings about fertilization. After the release of the sperm, and when they fuse together, that is the egg and sperm, fertilization takes place. Then subsequently, reproduction. So these are some of the few importance of courtship behaviors in animals. The next one is types or forms of courtship behaviors in animals. The types or forms of courtship behavior which are found in animals include pairing, display, territoriality, and seasonal migration. We are going to start with the first one, which is pairing. What is pairing? Pairing in simple terms simply means being in two or twos. In this context, a male and a female coming together and separating themselves from others in a group to form what is referred to as what? Mating pairs. In other words, is just like forming a compatible male and female pairing group that happens, for instance, in man, where a man goes to a lady, proposes to her, they come together, two of them stay together after every other necessary thing is done, either for a short time or for their entire life. So pairing has to do with what? A man and a woman coming together, isolating themselves from the other people and living together with the reason of mating and giving birth or reproducing afterwards. Examples of pairing in animals. One of the examples of pairing in animals include the winged termites. During breeding season or reproductive season, the winged termites, usually a male and a female, pair up. That is, they come together, fly out of the group or the other termites they live with, and go to another separate new place, land there, and establish their what? Colony there on arrival. Then, when they arrive there, the man or the male termite, in this case, mounts on the female. They mate and fertilized eggs are laid. When these fertilized eggs are laid, eventually the male termite becomes the king, while the female becomes the queen in the new colony. Then the offspring that they are going to give birth from the fertilized eggs form the other caste, that is the other groups in the colony after giving birth. So this is how it happens in the case of what? Winged termite. Two organisms separating themselves, mounting the female by the male, laying fertilized egg, giving birth, forming their new colony or group. Another example is pairing in man. In man, pairing happens in this way. The male and female come together, like it happens all over the world. The man will approach a lady or the lady and do all the necessary things. And if that man is lucky, then he gets the lady that he has approached. And at that time, it is said to be that the man or the male and the lady have attained sexual maturity. After all this, they are joined into wedlock. And when they are joined, they become husband and wife. They form what is referred to as sexual partners. They live together, mate, and reproduce. That is, they live together, conceive, and give birth. They perform most of their activities within and outside their home as peers or partners throughout their lifetime. So this is what happens in the case of man. Other examples of pairing are found in animals like lizards, birds, toad or frog, fish, and so on. These animals I just listed also pair up and what? Form mating partners and give birth. So these are the things we have so far learned today. We defined reproductive behavior, courtship behavior. We list out the importance of courtship behavior, and we have 4 of them: pairing, display, territoriality, and seasonal migration. And we have learned about the first one, which is pairing. And under the pairing, we've looked at the winged termites and man or human being as instance. So with this, we've come to the end of today's biology class and wish to be with you in our subsequent lessons. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.